You know what? Why don't I do my profile on Cookie? Meet the manipulative bitch who has the mighty Lucius lion wrapped around her little finger. What do you think? Hey, Samore Love bugs! You have now tuned in to my Empire recap. Y'all know Empire is my joint. This is my thing, honey. I love this show. It had so much going on, so we're gonna try to get everything in the best way we can. And shout out to the Eye of Raw for commenting on my last video. Okay, guys, make sure you comment. I saw a lot of views. Make sure you also comment so you can be shouted out in my next video. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and also check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV, because that's where I have all my beauty videos and all the other good stuff. Plus, I have Love and Hip Hop every Tuesday morning. It will be up. So, you know, if you're just somebody who likes recaps, then check it out just for that. It's always there every Tuesday morning. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into it. So Hakeem, he was turned up, man. I was like, yo, is he doing a music video or something? Like, he's there, he's singing, he's doing his thing. He got all these strippers on the pole. They was going up and do some fancy moves, and he was making it rain. And they had like the little make it rain gun. I was like, damn, I need one of those for when I go to the strip club. Nah, but I'm cheap. I'll make it sprinkle, throw a little bit of quarters here and there. I'll put $1 if you do some hot tricks. And I'm only giving out about $5 for the whole night, so you better be doing something real good. I don't even need one of them guns. But yeah, they was having a whole bunch of fun. At first I thought that it was like a music video, but then I realized later on when he mentioned that he was actually just at the strip club, like just chilling or whatever. So he's getting drunk, and Laura's texting him over and over again, like on some crazy woman status when she's scorned and trying to find out where you at. And he was just like, he didn't even want to deal with it. He wasn't trying to be bothered. His homie was like, yo, he's like, nah, chill. He turned back on the music. He's doing his thing. And following that, then Laura, she ends up like coming down to the spot. And she tells him, like, you're alive, everybody's hitting me up. And it reminds me of when I was a little kid and I would, like, not come home at the time I was supposed to come out, and then my grandmother would come looking for me with the freaking spoon in her hand. Like, that's, like, how that's how it kind of reminded me of when she came, like, storming into the place. You know, all of a sudden you see the bright lights and she's pissed off. Like, yeah, needs to tell me what's going on. And he's like, he got his personal issues going down. She's like, well, you can always talk to me. You need to tell me what's going on. So he tells her, I'm not the CEO of the company anymore. She's like, doesn't matter. That's fine. It's okay. He's like, well, I'm not up for a nominee for the AMS Awards. She's like, that's okay. And I got Anika pregnant. But it was before we got together. She was like, whoop. she slapped him up and stormed out. She didn't even have to hear anything after that. I mean, you don't have no money, you broke. You can say that you ain't getting no award. That's okay, baby. But once you say you got another woman pregnant, it's over. She stormed out of there so fast. Lucius, he officially did not get elected. Well, they say he did not get officially elected as the CEO for the company, because remember in the last episode we was thinking that now he was ready to take over, but they just kind of dethroned Hakeem, but they ain't officially put Lucius as the head of the throne or whatever of his own company. Ain't that crazy how things work when you got a whole bunch of shareholders and other people that are in the mix of the pot? It's crazy, y'all. So now that's his goal, is to try to win them over and get them to elect him to officially be the owner, because it could either be him or they could bring somebody brand spanking new onto it and just like take over, which is crazy. Harper is the woman that we met last week. She was like that reporter lady that was flirting with Lucius and everything, and Cookie was catching it and she wasn't really liking it. Well, once again, she was trying to interview him, but Cookie pulled him away, and she's like, there's other people that you could be talking to. You know, you could see that she's a little jealous that he was giving that woman so much attention, engaging so much with her while they was supposed to be like talking to other people and winning people over. Michael, he came back for a little appearance. He was catering for an event that they were having, and this event was something that Andre actually came up with, because he wants to just come out and let people know that he actually suffers from bipolar disorder, and it goes well with Lucius' whole story that he just recently came out with. So it's a big step, and Cookie was a little bit like, you know, she was a little bit in awe, like, oh wow, you gonna let everybody know about that? And he's like, yeah, like he really wants to be the face of a bipolar disorder fund that they're trying to do. Yeah, so then Michael was there, and he took no holds barred, honey. He was ready to go in for the kill. As soon as he saw his ex-man, he's like, yo, let's go to the spot. Let's get something to eat real quick. Let's chill. I'm like, okay, I see you don't play, honey. You want your man back. I bet you gonna try to get him back. Meanwhile, Lucius, he was talking about that he's gonna do an exclusive with the same reporter, the Harper lady. And Cookie, she was all talking all slick and everything. She's not really feeling her at all. And the two women, they were like just really being catty with each other. Because every time, what's her name, Cookie comes in, she just kind of shuts things down with him and Harper. And she wasn't really feeling that. And she noticed, like, she kind of has him wrapped around her finger. Like, what she says goes while she's in the room. Well, when she's not in the room, we could do whatever. But I mean, that's good. At least he doesn't try to like blatantly disrespect her in front of her face and be, you know, all doing all these extra stuff. But I would still feel some type of way, and I'll be just like Cookie. I can't hold my tongue too much when the heart is hurting. I tried to do that once, and it didn't work out too well for me. Maybe I'll do a story time about it on my other channel. It was an epic failure. So Cookie, she had good reason to worry, because when him and her, they met up in the club to do the exclusive. They met up in like a abandoned, well, not abandoned, but he like rented out the club. Nobody was there, just the two of them. And they was getting pretty hot and heavy. It was like really kind of crazy the way they was doing stuff. But it's also revealed that Lucius had went to Anika, and Lucius had kind of threatened her. So when Hakeem had went over to see her, it's like so much stuff that went on. I'm just trying to keep it in order, but it was a lot, y'all. When Hakeem had went over to see her and just let her know, like, you know, he's down, he's going to be a father, he's bringing gifts already and everything. She outed Lucius and was like, I'm sorry, but I can't be very excited because Lucius just pretty much threatened my life after I give birth. So, you know, that got him pissed, and then he wanted to go talk to Lucius about it and let him know, like, nah, you got to chill with all that. Go back to where I was talking about, where Lucius, he was getting hot and heavy with this girl. They was kissing. They looked like animals. He was taking control. I was like, yes. I was like, okay. I guess me and you be watching the same sex stories, because him doing that slapping and all these things. TMI, right? But nah, they was really getting into it and everything. And while this was going down, Cookie had went to go to talk to Anika and just kind of make sure she was good, because Hakeem had told Cookie what had happened between Anika and Lucius, the conversation that they had where he threatened her. So when she goes over there, Cookie is like being rushed away by the EMS workers. So Cookie's like, oh no, hold on, that's my son's baby in there. And she gets in with her. And luckily she was there, because she really helped to keep her calm, because she seemed like she was about to have a panic attack. She was having like some really bad pains in her stomach, and you know, that could be signs of anything. And I was like, you know what? That's because you evil, girl. I mean, I don't want to see nothing happen to any babies or anything, but what she did was not right, because you want to be the only one. It could have been both of them at the end of the day. You know, once the only thing that probably would have messed her up is that she would have been the unwed one. So, of course, Rhonda would have gotten more attention because she's actually married to one of the lion's sons. But regardless, I just felt like that was still messed up, you know? And I think all of y'all feel the same way. That was messed up what she did. Anyways, jealousy can make you do some crazy things. I wouldn't kill nobody, though. I don't care how jealous I am. I'm not. Well, nah. Let me stop. So, following that, Cookie, she texts Lucius and let him know, like, Anika's in the hospital, whatever. And he's like, dang, like, he gotta go. He gotta, like, chill, ma. We're gonna finish this up another time. Kind of just let her know I can't do this. And she's like, oh. That's when she said that line that I said in the top, where she was like, oh, maybe I should do the headline on Miss Cookie and let him know that she's the manipulative boop that has you wrapped around her little finger. He was like, hold up, I don't think you should say anything else. Yeah. You disrespecting right now. Like, she was overstepping just a little bit. Don't come for Cookie, because this man does not play with his cookie. He loves his cookie. Oh man, we all love us some Cookie, don't we? Laura, she was trying to figure out how this whole situation is going to work. Him and her, she was actually talking to Hakeem, and Hakeem at this point, he didn't know what was going down. He was getting messages as well, but he was like, nah, like nothing's that important right now, because he was talking to her. And she tells him, like, how is this all supposed to work? And he tells her what he imagines everything is supposed to be like in his head. How he's going to be taking care of his child, and she's going to be his wife. And it's just perfect. And that's how life is supposed to be. And she's just like, yeah, I don't think I can do that. And she gives him back his ring. Then he finally looks at his messages and he sees what happened, and that he needs to hurry up and go to the hospital. And it's with the baby. Like, that just like totally blew his mind. He hurried up, rushed over there. And then while he's there, Anika's mom, she was being a little standoffish with him. She's like, oh, finally you're here. She's like, oh, she's already 5 months. Like, first of all, she just told him, like, the other day. That's not his fault. He didn't even know what was going on. She probably didn't tell her mom the whole entire story, so that's probably why her mom thinks a certain way. Like, first of all, you should be asking your daughter why she had sex with a father and his child. How about you think about that? Like, don't be coming for Hakeem like that. I mean, Hakeem is not my favorite person out of the whole entire show, but he's a little cutie. If I was a little bit younger, I don't even know how old he is. He could be around my age. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's just so immature. I couldn't do it anyway. Yeah, so once he gets to the hospital, the mom also reveals, Anika's mom also reveals that Lucius, he can't come into the hospital because he was like, oh, he's on his way. He's like, he can't come in here. And then she tells him that Lucius made her husband commit medical fraud, because remember, first season, what he did, he made them sign the papers to say he was good. He didn't have MS. I think that's what it was. My brain's kind of foggy. I think he made him sign some papers to say he didn't have MS so that he would be able to hold on to his company even longer. I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't really medical fraud because he didn't really have it anyway. It was medical malpractice if you want to get into everything else that was going on. So, I mean, he shouldn't have got in trouble either way. It was kind of, but not really. So what else happened after that? He gets to the hospital, and when Lucius gets there, he has to talk to him, and he's like, yo, like, how could you do this, blah, blah, blah. And they have like a real man-to-man kind of conversation where Lucius was just telling him how Lucius is good at switching things up. Like, you could be dumb tight with him, and then he'll just like kind of manipulate the situation and make it so you feel like you admire him in some way, shape, or form. Like, I've seen him do that several times. And he did this right here as well, where he just kind of said, you know, I admire you so much, and you've grown, and by you coming to me and talking to me and saying how you're going to step up and be a father, you really showed me how family comes first. And I'm just like, he know the right things to say to each person. And it really made Hakeem get a little bit softer, because at the end of the day, that's your father, that's your mother. You want them to be proud of you. You want them to look at you a certain way. And that's exactly how his father was looking at him. And he also tells him that perhaps if me and you have a talk, we can get Laura to be on our page as well, if we have a talk with her. So Hakeem didn't seem too excited about that. He didn't think that it was going to really work. So he was just like, all right, whatever, but you still can't come into the room because she's not having that. So he's like, it's okay. I'm going to just make sure that everything is good with her. It's perks of being Lucious Lion. So, you know, just make sure that they know who she is and make sure that she's treated with the utmost respect and gets the best. Because I tell you, honey, certain hospitals, they treat you like garbage. Especially out in the hood hospitals. Honey, child. What happened following that, they were all at the bipolar event, and Lucious was just like upsetting people left and right. First, he's talking to some of the shareholders, and he's talking about how he's going to win the AMS award, and how Jamal pretty much got all the music that Jamal has on his album were things that him and Cookie looked over. You know, mommy and daddy looked it over, and not realizing that Jamal's standing right there in back of him. And Jamal got upset, and it's like, that's how we playing, really? And he was just out. Like, he's like, I came here to support you and to support Andre, but I can't even be here. And he was just like, psh, chucking up the deuces. Then him and Cookie had a little conversation when they were in the hospital, where he just told Cookie that he was about to do something with this girl, but nothing happened. And she says that she can get him an exclusive, and they can just kind of cut her out of it. So he's like, I'm down for whatever. So that's exactly what they did. They went with somebody else, and she didn't get her exclusive. And you know, those stories for reporters are really big. That's like having the world ready, like finding out something that no one else in the world knows about land. That was like so bogus, land, right? Who says that? I know something about the land. You know, about the human body that no one else has ever discovered. No one else knows. You have that little secret. You're about to reveal it up to the world, and then somebody else tells your story. It's like, but hold up. I did all the research. I was supposed to tell everybody. That was supposed to be my name that goes up in lights saying that I knew it first. And that's exactly what happened. So she was pissed. But she composed herself, and she was ready. I was saying to myself, I know she happy she didn't have sex with him now, because you done gave up the drawers and he effed you over. Like, that would have been a double whammy. But luckily, you know, she didn't do that. But what she did do, she was like, you know what, okay, it's fine. Walked away with that look in her eye. She smiles. Walks over to Andre, who's standing up. He's ready. He's getting ready, you know. He's breathing, about to do his speech. And she hands him over an envelope. And he's like, what's this? Looks at the envelope. Look at the pictures. Okay? She was like, well, this is an adult care center for bipolar people, for bipolar adults. And there are 10 people that these people take care of. And one of them, her name is Leah Walker. And he was like, so? And then she was like, yeah, that's your grandmother's name, isn't it? I think you should check it out, because I think that's her. And then he just like, he didn't even have to hear anything else after that. He wasn't thinking about the speech. He was just, his mind started going, doing the stuff that it does. Rhonda came over, and he's just like, I gotta go. He didn't even tell her, give her any explanation, nothing. Just was out. And so then Lucious and Cookie, they're on the stage, And Cookie mentions that they're gonna be doing this big performance for the AMS Awards, and it's gonna be the whole entire family. And Lucius is just like, you really think we could pull this off? She's like, I'm gonna make sure we pull it off, because first of all, Jamal ain't feeling him right now. Jamal went to go perform at some other place. Hakeem, he's kind of riding the waves. I don't know about him performing with him though. And Andre doesn't do any of that stuff. So, and Andre ain't even trying to be in the same room with him right now because he's tight to him. So, yeah, I don't know. She might be making broken promises. Well, and it looks like despite all the bad that was going down with Lucius, he actually did something good. Laura, she ends up going to Hakeem, and when he was at the hospital, and he was like, what are you doing here? How did you know? And she was like that your dad called me. He told me that he admired the person that you was getting into and that you were growing up so much, and you made sure that her and the baby were good. And she just had like this whole different type of look as far as the way she was like perceiving him, looking at him. And she too was now looking at him not as just some dude that slept with a girl, you trying to have me as your wife for the public, and then you still trying to have a baby mama on the side type of thing. She looked at him with a lot of respect because of the things that the father said. I told you he know how to turn it, manipulate it. So he's a master of words, I swear. So she looked like she's back on board. I think she even put the ring back on her finger. And they was there like just kissing. So yeah, they about to. I'm wondering if she gonna turn up pregnant too. I kind of wish she does, because then at the end of the day, Anika gonna have a next competition, because before she kill off the other woman because she was about to have the child and she was married. I think that was the main issue, was that she was married to one of the actual lions, but she's not married to any of them. So now, if Laura's pregnant and she's about to be married, she gonna be super tight. It's gonna be like, damn, I did all of this and look. But yeah, we gonna see. The shareholders, they end up making a decision, and they decide that both Cookie Lions and Lucius Lions are going to be the co-owners. And Cookie, at first, she's like, wait, hold up. I don't know about this. Me and him gonna have to talk. I don't know. And then Lucius was just like, that's a great idea. I love it. And she's just looking at him like, you sure? And he's like, yeah. But he got something up his sleeve, because once he gave her a hug, like, you know, it's all you. I'm going to help you out to the fullest. We got this. This is great. He's like, you know, he had that look in his eyes. So I know it's about to go down, y'all. It's about to go down for real. So they showed, you know, the coming attractions like they always do. It looked like Jamal gonna hook up with somebody. It's gonna be some craziness going down. I don't know. The grandmother gonna come back, and Lucius looked like he was doodling his pants, y'all. Like, he looked like it was a lot of doodle that couldn't come out. He was just constipated. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Laters.